I mean, it's been a while, guys. I haven't really had too much that I've like wanted to talk about lately, so I just haven't been making like anything. Um, but I've been saying a lot of like the twomad stuff since he died. Um, and I joked about it too with my friends. There's like those like what's it called on Discord? Tenor, like the tenor gifts. There's like too mad dead at 23, and it's like this dude in an anime, like, oh my gosh, he's like arms are in the air and it's like peaceful and stuff. And like, as much as I want to like joke about it, and as much as I agree that Too Mad was actually like a pretty shit person, um i feel like I feel like there's a lot of people that are just lying, and like, he's dead, so he can't defend himself. And there's people coming out with like these allegations about him, saying, oh, he did this, he did that, with no proof. But because the internet's smoking that like too mad pack, as some people are putting it, nobody's gonna look into it. They're like, oh, okay. And there's kids on TikTok that aren't even like, you know, they weren't even like breathing during most of the Too Mad stuff. They're like, yeah, Too Mad sucks. I hate Too Mad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, they have no idea. They just heard it from their friends, and their friends heard it from their friends, and their friends saw it on Twitter, kind of deal. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, Too Mad did this to me. Lol, feel bad for me. But I can also, acknowledge that there's definitely people that are coming out of the woodwork who are just like, he's dead. I don't have to worry about him making, multiple, extra accounts just to like harass me. Like, I can actually tell people what I was going through with him. Like, I can actually, you know, talk about what really happened and not have to worry about, Too Mad coming after me or doing something, to make my life worse. Like, I can definitely understand that there's some people doing that. But then there's other people who are doing things that, like, I'm like, okay, but where's the proof? And like, they'll have no proof. They'll say, you know, certain things, but they'll never ever ever show proof, like, at all. Like James Key saying that Too Mad shot a bullet through his window, but I don't see any. I didn't look too hard. I'll give you guys. I'll give him that, but I didn't see any proof whatsoever. And like, people are calling him a pedophile, and I haven't really seen any proof of that at all, besides like, his like offhanded, like, ketamine fueled, shock humor jokes. And it's so hard to tell if he's like, you know, high or like drugged up out of his mind saying stuff, or if he actually means it. Like, it's so hard to know if he's actually telling the truth, or if he's just trying to like, you know, get a few laughs in with like a shocking thing. And like, I can definitely agree that, like, yeah, Too Mad did these terrible things, and everybody should know he did these terrible things. But let's drag him down and like talk shit on him for the stuff he actually did, instead of like the stuff he didn't do. Like, I could not imagine being his family right now. Like, even if they didn't like him, and they hated like the person he was becoming and stuff, that's still a family member, and they still wanted him to get better and be a better person. I think everybody wanted that for the most part. You know, there's a lot of YouTubers who are talking about like, um if you guys watch, To Be Honest, with like Paracynical, Colossal, Nerd City, and everybody, they'll talk about it. Like, they talked about it like a few hours ago, I think, of like recording this. I think maybe 4 hours, 5 hours ago. Um, but like, they're talking about like, he reached out to other YouTubers and he was like, defend me, help me, stand up for me. He was like a total like narcissist, thinking that everybody owed him something, and that he was like the best thing to come to YouTube, and everyone should be helping him and on his side, and like all this stuff. And like, definitely hold him accountable for that. He was not a revolutionary for YouTube, like, whatsoever. He was just like autistic online. I don't know if he was autistic. I am, but I don't know if he is. Um, but like, I don't know. To like sum it up, hate twomad for what twomad did, but don't like make up stuff for impressions on Twitter. You know, that's still somebody's family member who died at 23. That is so young and so sad for him to have gone the way he did, you know, down the path he did, and then, you know, left the earth the way he did. Like, that's sad. You know, if he wasn't a like a YouTuber and he was just doing this like to like normal random everyday people, you know, that would still be sad. You know, of course, he did like irreversible harm to some people, and like he definitely like ruined people's like, I don't know if I'd say lives, but like he definitely ruined people's lives for a bit. And he, you know, totally hold him accountable for that. I mean, you can't really, but you know, totally hold that against him. But like making up false rumors on like a dead person, you know, that just feels like really shitty. And I think that makes you a bad person. You know, you're going after somebody who's dead, can't defend themselves, and like you're on this like bandwagon of like everybody hating him. You know, there's some genuine people that are like hating on him for like personal things that actually happened. And then there's other people who just want to get lumped in there and get sympathy points on the internet for something that didn't happen. You know? And I think that's pretty evil. You know, is like fame and things like that so important to you that you'll lie on a dead person's name? That's disgusting. You know? I think that's just beyond gross and like just pure vile, just evil. Like, I don't think twomad's gonna be going up. You know, he's definitely, you know, looking up at us for like the shit he did. And you know, you could say like, oh well, you know, it was the drugs doing it. You know, he needed help and he just wasn't getting it. No, everybody reached out to give him help. He didn't want help. He didn't want to be around people. He liked being alone. You know, and sure, the drugs definitely made it like worse. But he still did bad things. You can't give him an excuse like, oh well, you know, he was on drugs. It's not his fault. It is. It is his fault. He was still like a piece of shit before the drugs, not to that degree. Like it definitely like amplified him, and you know, he started building an ego and started just doing crazy things because he thought everybody owed him something because he's like, you know, the king of the world kind of beat. But like, he still did evil things. You cannot just excuse it for the drugs. I'm not excusing anything he actually did. But my main point is like, if he didn't do something, don't say he did just for like some clout. You know, you're like a sorry excuse for a person if you do that. And I'm just gonna keep rambling now about it. But that's pretty much all I had to say, you know? Talk shit on him for what he did. Don't talk shit on him for something he didn't do because you want a few likes on Twitter. Thanks. See ya.